What if I told you that the very first episode of Heartland Season 19 may have given fans the moment they've been waiting for, the shocking return of Ty Borden? For years, his absence has left a hole in the story, changing Amy's life and shaping the Fleming family's struggles. But in this brand new season, Episode 1 wastes no time in throwing us straight into emotional surprises, new conflicts, and a twist that has everyone talking. Let's break down exactly what happened in the first episode and why Ty's return has left fans questioning everything they thought they knew. Asterisk before diving into Season 19. Episode 1. Let's take a moment to look back at where Heartland left us in Season 18. The last season was filled with growth, healing, and tough decisions. Amy worked hard to balance her responsibilities at the ranch while raising Lyndy, and she was still learning how to live without Ty by her side. His absence wasn't just a quiet shadow, it shaped every choice Amy made, whether it was about horses, family, or the future of the ranch. Jack, as always, stood as the pillar of strength, guiding Amy and Lyndy while managing the everyday challenges of Heartland. Lou faced her own struggles as mayor, juggling family life and the pressures of leadership. Georgie's journey of self-discovery kept fans inspired, while Tim had his usual mix of drama and stubbornness, often clashing with others, but still proving his loyalty when it counted most. Season 18 ended on notes of both hope and uncertainty, leaving fans curious about what was next. One of the biggest talking points leading into Season 19 was Ty. For many viewers, Ty's memory remained alive through Amy and Lyndy's love for him, but fans couldn't help holding on to the hope of a comeback. Was it possible that Heartland would surprise us with Ty's return? Rumors and theories swirled online. Some believed we might see him in flashbacks, others suggested dream sequences, and a few daring fans even thought he could return for real. The very idea stirred emotions because Ty wasn't just a character, he was the heart of Amy's story and the family's future. So when Season 19 premiered, expectations were sky high. Fans tuned in with a mix of excitement and nerves, wondering if the show would deliver the answers they had been waiting for. Right from the opening moments, the atmosphere felt different. The ranch was alive with energy, but there was also a quiet tension, as if something big was about to happen. The camera lingered on Amy as she walked through the familiar fields with Lyndy, and for a moment, viewers could feel the weight of everything she had gone through over the years. It was both comforting and emotional, reminding us why Heartland has stayed close to fans' hearts for nearly 2 decades. The first few minutes of the episode didn't rush into anything dramatic. Instead, they carefully set the stage, showing Amy's day-to-day life and her unshakable bond with her daughter. Lyndy's growing role in the story is clear. She's not just Amy's little girl anymore. She's becoming her own person, curious, bold, and carrying the spirit of both her parents. Watching Amy guide Lyndy while holding back her own pain gave the opening scenes a bittersweet tone, and fans immediately felt connected to their journey once again. But what made these moments even more powerful was the subtle buildup of something unexpected. Background details hinted that life at Heartland was about to shift in a major way. Conversations with Jack hinted at deeper struggles ahead. The horses seemed restless, symbolizing change. And Amy, though strong, showed quiet moments of vulnerability, almost as if she sensed what was coming. These little details created suspense without giving too much away, preparing us for the shock that would come later in the episode. This slow, careful opening reminded fans of why Heartland has always stood out. It's not just about sudden twists, it's about the emotional groundwork that makes those twists unforgettable. By reconnecting us with the family, their daily lives, and the weight of Ty's absence, Episode 1 pulled viewers back into the world they love, while laying the perfect foundation for the shocking reveal that Ty might be back. Asterisk, the first episode of Season 19 begins quietly, almost too quietly, with Amy walking through the fields at dawn. The sky is painted with soft colors, and Lyndy is by her side, holding her mother's hand while pointing excitedly at the horses grazing in the distance. This opening isn't just a beautiful shot, it's symbolic. It shows us that life on the ranch continues, even with the challenges the family has faced. But as peaceful as it looks, there's an undercurrent of tension. Almost like the calm before a storm, Amy's conversation with Jack in the barn sets the tone for the episode. Jack is worried about her, as always, but he hides it behind his usual calm wisdom. He mentions how much responsibility Amy has taken on and wonders if she's spreading herself too thin. Amy reassures him that she's fine, but her eyes reveal something else. There's a sense of longing, like she's carrying an invisible weight that she doesn't talk about. This moment reminds the audience that, even though Amy has grown stronger, she's still living with an unhealed wound. The episode then shifts to Lou, who is dealing with new pressures as mayor. A small conflict in Hudson has her scrambling for solutions, and while it seems like just another subplot, it cleverly mirrors Amy's struggles at the ranch. Both sisters are learning that leadership comes with heavy burdens, and both are trying to find balance between personal life and duty. Lou's scenes also add lightness and humor, keeping the episode grounded in Heartland's familiar tone. But the real turning point begins when Amy starts working with a new horse brought to the ranch. The horse is nervous, restless, and refuses to settle down, much like Amy herself. As Amy tries to calm the animal, the camera focuses on her face, determined, patient, but also deeply emotional. It's in these moments that Heartland shines, using horses as metaphors for human emotions. Amy's connection with the horse feels like a reflection of her inner battle, and it prepares the stage for what comes next. Halfway through the episode, everything changes. Amy is out in the paddock when she hears a familiar voice call her name. At first, she freezes, almost unable to believe her ears. The voice is calm, steady, and unmistakable. It's Ty. The camera lingers on her reaction, showing shock, disbelief, and a flood of emotion in just a few seconds. Fans who watched this scene were left speechless. Could it really be him, or was this just Amy's mind playing tricks? The scene unfolds slowly. Amy turns and sees Ty standing near the fence, looking exactly as fans remember him, warm, strong, and with that same gentle smile that once lit up her world. The moment feels real, almost too real. Amy whispers his name, and for a heartbeat, it seems like the impossible has happened. Ty Borden has returned to Heartland. The sound design adds to the intensity. The world grows quiet, and all we hear is the thundering of Amy's heart and the soft rustle of the wind. But here's where the writers cleverly leave things unclear. The scene cuts between Amy's stunned expression and Ty's calm presence, but there's no immediate explanation. Is this Ty's physical return? A vision? A dream sequence? The show doesn't reveal it right away, pulling the audience deeper into the mystery. It's classic Heartland storytelling, giving us an emotional punch while holding back just enough to keep us guessing. After this encounter, Amy is visibly shaken. Jack notices her distracted behavior and asks if something is wrong, but Amy doesn't share what she saw. Instead, she brushes it off, trying to convince herself that it was her imagination. Still, the audience knows she isn't imagining things the way Ty looked at her. The way his presence felt, this wasn't just a random vision. It meant something. The episode builds on this tension by weaving in smaller storylines. Tim deals with an unexpected problem involving cattle, Georgie makes a surprise return with her own big news, and Lou faces criticism in her role as mayor. These side plots keep the story balanced, but the heart of the episode remains with Amy and the possibility of Ty's return. Every scene she's in feels heavier now, as if she's carrying a secret too big to share. By the end of the episode, the suspense is unbearable. Amy goes back to the paddock at night, hoping to find answers. She calls out Ty's name softly, her voice breaking, and for a moment there's silence. Just when it seems like nothing will happen, the camera cuts to a shadow moving in the distance. The episode ends here, leaving fans with the biggest cliffhanger Heartland has delivered in years. This scene-by-scene breakdown of episode 1 shows why Season 19's premiere is already being called one of the most emotional and shocking in the show's history. By blending daily ranch life with a powerful, mysterious twist, the writers have set the stage for a season that could change everything fans thought they knew about Heartland. The premiere of Heartland Season 19 does more than just shock fans. With Ty's sudden return, it lays down fresh storylines that promise to shape the entire season in ways we haven't seen before. Episode 1 plants seeds of drama, growth, and conflict, making it clear that this won't just be another season of healing and routine. Instead, it feels like the writers are taking bold risks, pulling the family into uncharted territory while keeping the emotional heart of the series intact. The first major storyline is, of course, Amy's personal journey after seeing Ty. For years, Amy has learned to live without him, raising Lyndy and building her strength as a mother, trainer, and daughter. But now, Ty's presence, whether real or imagined, shakes everything she thought she had accepted. The twist isn't just about Ty's possible return, it's about Amy's internal conflict. Should she open her heart again, risking the pain of disappointment, or should she guard herself against hope? Episode 1 cleverly sets this up as an emotional tug-of-war, one that will likely drive Amy's arc for the entire season. Lyndy's growth is another central thread. In this episode, we see her asking more questions about her father, showing curiosity and maturity that wasn't as strong in past seasons. The subtle hints suggest that her relationship with Ty, whether through memories, stories, or something more mysterious, will play a huge role in Season 19. If Ty is really back, Lyndy's bond with him could reshape the family dynamic in beautiful but complicated ways. Imagine a young girl finally meeting the father she only knew through stories. It's emotional gold. And the show seems ready to explore it. Jack, too, is facing new challenges. In the first episode, we see signs that he is beginning to slow down. Though he continues to be the rock of the family, there are moments when his age catches up with him. A small but noticeable storyline hints at Jack questioning how much longer he can keep everything together. This could open the door for Amy, Lou, or even Tim to step up in bigger ways, testing the family's strength and unity. It's a storyline that fans will watch closely because Jack has always been the steady heartbeat of Heartland. Seeing him struggle is both emotional and symbolic. It shows that change is coming, even to the strongest character. Lou's storyline, on the other hand, dives deeper into leadership and personal sacrifice. As Hudson's mayor, she's pulled in every direction, and her role becomes more complicated when community issues overlap with family life. In Episode 1, she faces criticism for her decisions, and the tension between her public responsibilities and private life is obvious. What makes this twist compelling is how it connects back to Amy. While Amy deals with emotional struggles at the ranch, Lou is under pressure in the outside world, and both sisters are learning that strength comes with a price. They're parallel journeys could bring them closer or drive them apart depending on how things unfold. Tim, as expected, brings his usual stubborn energy into the mix. But Season 19 hints at something deeper brewing for him. Episode 1 shows him struggling with an unexpected ranch problem. But more importantly, it plants the idea that Tim may face personal revelations this season. Whether it's about family, his past mistakes, or new responsibilities, Tim's arc feels like it's gearing up for something more serious than usual. His reaction to Ty's return, if he learns about it, could be one of the most dramatic elements of the season, considering his history with Ty. And then there's the possibility of new antagonists or outside conflicts. The premiere doesn't spell it out clearly, but subtle clues like Hudson facing new challenges under Lou's leadership and tensions surrounding the ranch suggest that the season might introduce outsiders who threaten the balance of Heartland. Whether it's business rivals, new neighbors, or unexpected legal problems, these external twists could push the family to fight harder than ever to protect their land and legacy. What ties all these storylines together is the mystery of Ty. His presence doesn't just affect Amy, it ripples through everyone's lives. If he's truly back, how does the family welcome him after years of absence? If it's just visions or memories, how long can Amy keep it to herself before it breaks her? And if the writers are leading to a bigger twist, perhaps Ty returning in a new way we've never seen, what does that mean for the show's future? The genius of Episode 1 is how it sets up these questions without giving clear answers. It gives us enough to spark excitement, but leaves space for fans to theorize and debate. The new season isn't just about daily ranch life anymore. It's about facing the unknown, reconciling with the past, and bracing for change. These fresh storylines are the reason Heartland still feels alive after 19 seasons. It's not afraid to surprise us. Asterisk. The first episode of season 19 didn't just shock viewers, it opened the floodgates for endless fan theories. As soon as Ty appeared on screen, fans rushed online to share their ideas about what it could mean. Was this really Ty back in the flesh? Or was it something far more complicated, maybe a dream, a vision, or even a way for Amy to finally face her grief? Heartland has always thrived on emotional twists, and episode 1 gave just enough mystery to set off a storm of speculation. One of the biggest theories floating around is that Ty is truly alive, and that his absence over the last few seasons has a hidden explanation. Some fans believe the writers may be rewriting parts of the story to bring him back permanently. This would be the boldest twist in Heartland's history, and while it seems unlikely, the way the episode framed his return slow, emotional, and so real gave viewers hope. The look on Amy's face wasn't just surprise, it was recognition. She didn't act like she was dreaming, she acted like she was seeing someone she never thought she'd see again. For many fans, this is the strongest clue that Ty's comeback is genuine, but another theory takes a different approach. What if Ty's return isn't physical, but spiritual? Some viewers think his presence in episode 1 might represent Amy's ongoing grief, surfacing in new ways as she faces big life changes. Maybe Ty is appearing to her as a vision or memory, guiding her through new struggles at the ranch. This theory fits Heartland's emotional storytelling style. Where loss is never completely gone, it lingers, shaping how characters grow. If Ty is appearing only to Amy, it could become a powerful season-long exploration of healing, closure, and the unbreakable bond they shared. A third, more daring theory suggests that what we saw in episode 1 might be part of a dream sequence or alternate storytelling technique. Heartland has never leaned heavily on fantasy, but after 19 seasons, the writers may be experimenting with new ways to surprise us. Imagine if the season occasionally shifts between two realities, one where Amy is raising Lyndy without Ty, and another where Ty is alive and part of their world. This would create endless possibilities for drama, heartbreak, and hope, forcing viewers to question what's real until the very end. Of course, there's also the possibility that the showrunners are keeping things deliberately vague to test audience reaction. By showing Ty in the premiere but not explaining his presence, they've left fans desperate for answers. Episode 2 and beyond could either confirm his return or pull the rug out from under us, revealing a painful truth. This uncertainty is part of why the season 19 premiere has everyone talking. It's not just about Ty's appearance, but about what it means for the story moving forward. Looking ahead, episode 2 is expected to give us more clues. Will Amy confide in Jack or Lou about what she saw? Will Ty appear again, or was that single moment meant to symbolize something deeper? Fans are especially curious about Lyndy's role. If she sees Ty too, then his return is more than just Amy's imagination. It's real. But if only Amy can see him, then the story may lean toward an emotional or spiritual explanation. Either way, the suspense is building. And it's clear that the writers want fans debating every detail. Beyond Ty, the new storylines introduced in episode 1 also spark big questions. Jack's subtle struggles hint at possible health issues or tough decisions about the ranch. Lou's political battles could spill over into family conflicts. Georgie's return might open the door for her to take on a bigger role at Heartland, possibly preparing her as the next generation's leader. And Tim, always unpredictable, could be forced to confront his own past mistakes in ways that tie back to Ty's storyline. Every thread feels connected, weaving into a larger story that could reshape the entire season. The beauty of these fan theories is that they all keep the heart of Heartland alive. Whether Ty is back for good, appearing as a vision, or just part of a mysterious dream sequence, his presence stirs the same emotions it always has: hope, love, and healing. The show knows that Ty isn't just another character. He's a symbol of the bond that made fans fall in love with Heartland in the first place. That's why his return in any form feels like such a powerful moment. As we look forward, one thing is certain: season 19 is not playing it safe. The premiere proved that the writers are willing to take risks, pushing the characters into new emotional territory. Fans should be ready for more surprises, more cliffhangers, and more moments that make them question everything. The next few episodes could confirm our wildest hopes or crush them completely, and that's exactly why Heartland Season 19 is shaping up to be unforgettable. So the question remains, is Ty really back? Or is this just the beginning of a season-long mystery? One thing is for sure, Heartland has never felt this alive with possibility, and fans around the world will be holding their breath with every new episode, waiting for the truth to finally be revealed.